This week was the PlayStation showcase, and I'm just gonna quickly skim through it and talk about any highlights that stood out to me. So let's just jump into it. So I was kind of watching this out of the corner of my eye at the time it was happening, and I missed this logo at the beginning, and I totally thought this was like a Watch Dogs 3 trailer, but it says Haven at the beginning. Like, even up to this point, I was like, oh, this is totally Watch Dogs. It's CryEngine. I thought this Helldivers 2 trailer was really cool. I like how they've turned it into like a AAA third-person game, because the first one was just like a top-down like indie game, and it didn't really stand out that much, but it's cool that they're coming back in such a big way. And of course, this game was rumored and leaked for like years ago in the NVIDIA leak, and I think the whole trailer was leaked at some point. I didn't see that, but I heard about it. This is a really cool trailer. The driving down the building visual, I love that. I didn't play the first game, but I might have to give it a quick try. The visuals in this game look really cool. I like the particle effects in particular when the hacking and slashing. I don't know, something about the effects look very satisfying. Like the red blade with the blood splatters, look at that, that looks crazy. And that part, very Metal Gear Revengeance anime style. When this first came up, I actually thought it was a Journey sequel. Like, these pillars looks like the part in Journey where you were sliding. Well, I guess it's the same art director, so that's why. But if it wasn't the same art director, it'd be pretty cringe. This is a very generic looking, free-to-play type games as a service shooter. And then you get this far in and you're just like, oh, it's just Splatoon with not Nintendo. Some people are not Nintendo like me. I might give this a try because I've never played Splatoon. Especially if it's free. This was very exciting for me. I was a big fan of Teardown. I played it on the PC quite a bit. I think I got it like when it was in early access or whatever, but it's a really fun game, and I probably will play it again on PlayStation. Especially if there's trophies. Trophies would be fun for this game. It's probably one of the best destructive physics engines I've ever seen in a game. I wasn't really paying attention when this trailer came up. Saw the bugs and I pretty much checked out at the beginning. And then I looked back at the screen, like basically here, and I was like, oh, what the heck? But yeah, obviously Metal Gear Solid 3 has been rumored for like a year and a half. I made a video about it. I had enough articles to make 2 more videos about it. But it's nice to see it officially released. I'm not sure what's up with the triangle logo. I guess it's so it's not a 3. I first thought it was like Metal Gear Solid A, like, so they're gonna do ABC. But people are saying it's Delta Online, which is the 4th Greek alphabet. So I'm like, I don't know, 3 sides. And then they're re-releasing these as Volume 1, so hopefully we get Metal Gear Solid 4 soon after Volume 2 or 3. Probably 3 is what it sounds like in the discussion online. This is the most exciting thing for me easily in this whole hour and 15-minute stream. Alan Wake 2. I just finished playing the remaster a couple weeks back. Big fan of Remedy, big fan of Control and Quantum Break and Alan Wake, of course. I'll probably pre-order this. It's on my wish list, but I just gotta pull the trigger at some point. I love that Sam Lake is just in it as himself again, probably with the Max Payne voice actor. It's a kind of a neat Easter egg for Remedy fans. It's just exciting to be back in this, especially with more survival horror elements than last time. So I think they would consider the last one like a scary adventure game, but this one looks like it's straight survival horror. Like, some of these monsters are pretty freaky. It's one of the Assassin's Creed games of all time. At this point, I was really hoping just for something else first party. I think we've only seen Haven. I love how iconic this first like pathway is in Resident Evil 4. I didn't like recognize it immediately. Even though it's like a remake as well. So it's not exactly the same, but I guess it's just that sign and stuff. It's so iconic. And I was just like, oh, cool. Too scary for me, but very cool. To have like all the Resident Evils are coming out in third person and first person. I'm more of a third person player, but some people like first person. And VR capabilities is always welcome. I didn't try Arizona Sunshine 1 because by the time I got VR, it was kind of an older VR game and people said it's not as good anymore. But it'd be good to get an updated version of it because it was like the top type like adventure shooter on VR at the time. This trailer was super cool. The music is just like perfect. As soon as I saw the Bungie logo, I knew it was Marathon because I think that's been rumored for a couple of months now. Some of these visuals around here, so cool. Colors, love it. And I was kind of surprised they had Destiny 2 after that. I thought they'd start with that and then end on the hyper note, but maybe this is more hype. I don't know. Not a Destiny player. I guess it is the finale of the Destiny 2 DLC, so in some ways it is more hype. I guess they were ending with some of the first party stuff, but not as much as I'd hoped, and it seemed like the internet hyped it up to be. This is just a cinematic trailer, not much to go on. But it is first party, so I'll give them that. But I was hoping for more. GT movie trailer, looks fun. Gotta throw it in there. Get the hype building. Lots of new racing footage actually, that looks really cool. Big fan of Neil Blanc count. Should be pretty good. At this point I was messaging someone, I was like, they gotta have at least 1 or 2 more first party games because this has not been super great so far. And then he freaking drops the Q light, it's so disgusting. The freaking barf emoji, oh my gosh, it's so gross. Like I did a video about the rumors about this thing and I did an AI generated device in the thumbnail and it looked better than this design. I still think just the PS5 is really ugly, so these things are all kind of ugly by extension, but the Q light is just, oh, look at it. It's exactly like the patents I talked about in the rumor video though, except a DualSense instead of a DualShock 4. And then they said this was the last game and I was like, oh no, what is this? I didn't recognize it was Kraven the Hunter for a while, and then I thought it was a Kraven the Hunter game and I was really scared. And then it opened up to New York and I was kind of relieved, but also kind of disappointed because I thought we'd see something else for next year, but I guess they gotta really hype up Spider-Man because it's the big game for the fall and Christmas time and they're gonna sell a ton of copies. And then they'll announce the stuff for next year, but it's just kind of weird to not have any like first party, like it's gonna come in 2024 type games. But let's just dive into some of the gameplay here. New York looks a lot bigger. There's like more fleshed out sections. It looks like there's a lot more stuff on the coast and just details in the city. I think we got Queens here, so it's a whole other extension of the map, probably twice as big as before. The new Venom gameplay looks fun. Lots of new upgrades. There's like 2 item wheels on the bottom. I don't think that was in the first game. It's gonna be a very cool storyline to have Venom Spidey with Miles around. Love these new traversal mechanics. People are saying they probably added this because of how flat Queens is. They need to have more speedy horizontal moves like the flying suit and the boosting and stuff. But just looks like a lot of fun. Yeah, like the 2 item wheels. It's just like being able to use more power-ups in faster succession than rather than it's pausing the gameplay to go to the item wheel. That should be really immersive. Graphics are so good too. The first one still looks amazing, but the ray tracing and stuff, look at the water on the bottom. See, like this part, there's way more stuff between the islands and just like on the water. So many bridges and boats, and even though it's not co-op, really looking forward to this storyline. Yeah, anyways, that's some of my quick takes on this. Looking forward to Spider-Man and Alan Wake and giving some of these shooter games a try. I would have liked to see more, but I guess we'll just have to wait until after Spider-Man is out, and then we'll probably get another showcase with the 2024 plan from the first party. Thanks for watching. Like this video if you liked it, or dislike it, it's okay too, and subscribe if you like PlayStation content.